Ask me why there's no grave for Jack's Krill, why the ghost never left a body to be buried. It's because he didn't die in a bed and he didn't die for a paycheck. He died in the sulfur choke of a moon called Bitter End, standing between 2,000 starving colonists and the Duke's final, desperate attempt at total reclamation. He wasn't the cocky kid I met in the gutter, and he wasn't the Duke's cold-eyed shadow anymore. That day, he was something else. He was the only thing that stood between the light and the dark. Evacuation ships were grounded in the silt, venom by the Terra and the blood that we had spilt. The Duke's black Inferno came screaming from the sun, looking to finish what the stability had begun. Jax looked at the colony, he looked at the sky, and I saw the moment he decided he would die. Get him clear, Mags, he whispered through the link. I'll give him the time, I'll be the missing link. He walked that atlas to the mouth of the pass, 100 tons of courage and a heart made of glass. The ground turned to lead as the hunters rained fire on the giant's metal head. He took a dozen hits, he took 100 more, a living wall of justice in the middle of the war. Every time they hit him, he'd just take another step, pay him back the secrets and the promises he'd kept. The ramp is up, jats, the ships are in the air, but he didn't turn around. He didn't seem to care. He was a beacon in the darkness, a pillar in the storm, keeping the families of the colony safe and warm. I watched the giant fall, watched the hero ignite, holding back the shadow with the final blinding light. He wasn't a mercenary, he wasn't a tool, he was the man who broke the Duke's golden rule. My younger self, she was streaming at the screen, watching the noblest death that the stars have ever seen. His armor melting, I saw the sensors fail as he walked into the fire like a knight in rusted mail. The Inferno closed and they thought they'd won the prize, but they didn't see the fire growing in the Atlas's eyes. Magsy said softly, his voice clear and deep, tell him I was happy for the promises I keep. He bypassed the safeties, he opened up the core and turned himself into a sun for a final holy war. A sphere of white lightning, a roar of pure grace, erasing the hunters and the horror from the place. The explosion hit the clouds, it shook the very mood, ending the song of the ghost far too soon. When the smoke finally cleared and the silence came down, there was nothing left of the man or the crowd. Just a crater in the valley and a memory in the air, and 2,000 souls who were saved by his prayer. He died a savior, he died a free man, fulfilling the work that the two of us began. The Duke got his hammer back in pieces and in dust, the final bitter payment for his vanity and lust. But the galaxy remembers the ghost as a pirate, a thief, or a phantom. But those people on Bitter End, they remember a giant who stood in the fire so they didn't have to. I sat in the freedom and watched the sensors go flat. I didn't cry then. You don't cry for a man who finally found his soul.